And now, it's time for Who's Smarted. Psst, hey, Smarty Pants, see if you can guess where I am. Did that give it away? In case it didn't, I'm in a building where kids go to learn about different subjects like math, social studies, science, reading, writing, and gym. Did you say I'm at a school? If so, good job. Now, you may be wondering, why is the trusty narrator in a school? Didn't he graduate? Is he going to be a substitute teacher? Maybe someone brought him in for show and tell. Ooh. Those are all excellent guesses, but I'm actually here to give my niece's school some information about free access to Who Smarted Plus for educators. Who Smarted Plus is our ad-free subscription. Oh, and if there's any teachers, educators, principals, or school librarians out there listening, please visit our website, whosmarted.com, and click Educators to get your free subscription. Anyway, I'm headed to a place you don't want to be sent to as a student, but is a lot less scary when you're an adult visiting. The principal's office. Hello?
Hi, can I help you?
Absolutely. I'm the trusty narrator from the Who Smarted podcast, and I'm here to let the principal know about our free Who Smarted Plus subscription for educators.
Oh, well, come in. I'm Principal McCormack's secretary. Let's get you signed in. Just make sure you come back here to sign out when you're done.
Will do. Okay, signing in.
Great. And here's your visitor's badge. You'll want to head down the hall to room 25.
Oh, she's not in her office?
Nope. Last I heard, she was in the science lab, room 25.
Oh, got it. Thanks. Here we are, room 25. Hello? Principal McCormack? Nobody's here. I guess I'll just go back to the office and wait there.
Wait! Don't go!
Huh? Who said that? Oh boy, is this a haunted classroom?
What? No, I'm not a ghost. Look over here, in the cage.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice the class guinea pig, which, of course, talks. Anyway, I was looking for the principal.
Oh, she was just in here. She comes to me to ask for advice.
Really?
I happen to know a lot of things about a lot of things.
I see. What's your name, little friend?
Call me Dewey.
Dewey, like the morning dew you see on plants or your lawn?
No, I'm named after John Dewey, who changed schools through his belief that learning should be centered around student interests.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
I bet there's a lot of stuff you don't know about the history of schools. And why would you? Unless you were really interested in knowing about them.
Well, for starters, I would not take that bet, Dewey. But I am interested in learning more about schools. Like, when and where was the first school? Why are so many schools made of red bricks? Who came up with the subjects taught in schools? And do all schools teach the same things?
Ooh, great questions.
Sounds like class is in session for another whiff of science and history on
Who Smarted? Who's smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who's Smarted.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. As a Who Smarted fan, you know how much I love helping kids build independence and learn crucial life skills. With the new school year approaching, that's exactly why I recommend Greenlight and why millions of parents and kids use it every day. Greenlight is a debit card and money app for families where kids learn to save, invest, and spend wisely while parents monitor their progress. The Infinity plan offers even more, including family location sharing, SOS alerts, and crash detection for young drivers, and peace of mind for parents. With features like chore management and rewards, Greenlight makes it easy to establish fall routines. It's the convenient way for smarty parents like you to raise financially savvy smarty pants and navigate life together. Sign up for Greenlight today and get your first month free when you go to greenlight.com/smarted. That's greenlight.com/smarted to try Greenlight for free. Smarty Pants, do you ride a bus to school? If you do, you're in good company. Nearly 26 million kids in the USA alone ride a bus to school every day. But if you don't, how do you get to school? Do you ride in a car? Listening to Who Smarted, of course. Do you walk? Maybe you ride a bike, or a scooter, or a skateboard, or a horse. Or maybe you're homeschooled, in which case you just head into the living room or the kitchen.
Hey, Trusty, did you know in the Netherlands, some kids go to school on the school bus, which is a giant bike-like cart that holds 10 people. Everyone helps the driver pedal.
That sounds fun.
And in the Philippines, some kids sail down a river to school on bamboo rafts.
Wow. But here's the thing. No matter how you get there, the important thing is you go to school. After all, it's the law.
Yep, in all but a handful of countries, school is compulsory.
Smarty Pants, do you know what compulsory means? Compulsory means parents and guardians are required to send their kids to a state-approved school. This could include public, private, trade, or homeschool. But here's a question for you, Smarty Pants. When did going to school become compulsory or required by law in the United States? Was it A, in the 1600s, B, in the 1700s, C, in the 1800s, or D, in the 1900s? Dewey, do you know?
Of course I do. The answer is A. The first compulsory education law in the United States was passed in 1642 in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. This law reflected the Puritan belief that education was a moral and social obligation.
Plus, learning things is cool, right, Smarty Pants?
Later, in 1852, Massachusetts passed another compulsory education law that required cities and towns to offer primary school and that parents who didn't send their children to school could...
Could what? Smarty Pants, true or false? Back then, if a parent or guardian didn't send their kids to school, they could lose their parental rights. The answer is true.
But before that, they would usually have to pay a big fine. This law set a model for other states, which began passing their own compulsory attendance laws over the next few decades. By 1918, every state had passed a compulsory attendance law.
What about homeschooling? Does that count?
Of course it counts, as long as homeschools follow the state-approved curriculum. In fact, homeschooling has been in practice since the 17th century, and there was a time most children were taught at home by either a family member or tutor due to a lack of educational infrastructure.
Ah, and by infrastructure you mean an organized school system.
Exactly.
But schools did exist before then, right? Smarty Pants, do you have any idea where the first school is thought to have existed? Is it ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, or ancient China? The answer is...
The earliest known formal school was thought to be developed in Egypt's Middle Kingdom around 3000 to 500 BCE under the direction of Kiti, treasurer to Mentuhotep II. Back then, classes were held in open fields.
An open field for a classroom? That sounds pretty fun. Oh, unless it rains. Of course, when I think of a traditional school building, I'm thinking of a largish building made of red bricks. Why are so many traditional schoolhouses designed that way?
Well, brick is a popular building material for school because it's strong and has many practical benefits.
Like what?
Bricks provide good insulation, keeping students warm during the winter and cool in the summer. Brick buildings often require less maintenance. Brick is resistant to the elements, won't catch fire, and is recyclable. And like I said, bricks are strong and brick buildings are built to last.
Ah, which is why you still see so many red brick schools today.
But while many public schools remain in that traditional red brick style, today there are many more ways to go to school. Did you know there are boat schools in Bangladesh?
You mean instead of a school bus, they take a school boat?
No, I mean the boat is the classroom. They have internet service and electricity and a chalkboard and space for students to sit and learn.
Smarty Pants, why would schools use boats instead of buildings? Is it A, to teach students about water? B, to drop kids off at home after school? Or C, because flooding is a problem?
If you said C, you're right. Since flooding can be a problem in Bangladesh, some schools use boats instead of buildings. But that's not even one of the most unique ones. The River Plate Institute in Buenos Aires, Argentina is located in the River Plate Stadium, which is also home to a professional soccer team.
Bet I know what they teach in gym class.
Sometimes it's what the school is made of that's special. There's a school in Guatemala made from recycled plastic bottles stuffed with plastic trash and covered with cement.
That is a great use of recycled materials.
And there's a kindergarten school in Karlsruhe, Germany that looks like a very scary animal.
That's interesting. Smarty Pants, what scary animal do you think it is? Is it A, a shark, B, a tiger, or C, a cat?
If you said a cat, you're right. Meow.
But wait, cats aren't scary.
Meow. They are if you're a guinea pig. The school looks like a giant cat. The cat's mouth is the door, and the classrooms are in its belly.
Okay, I can see why a rodent wouldn't want to take classes in a cat's belly. Any other cool schools?
Forest schools in Finland are literally outside in nature. But students who go to forest schools still learn the same skills as students in indoor schools. They just practice them in different ways. For example, they use rocks to solve math problems.
Some people count fingers and toes. Some people count rocks. And speaking of counting, how many days do kids typically have to go to school?
That depends on where you live. In the U.S., 180 days is the most common number, while kids in South Korea have one of the longest school years at 220 days.
Whoa.
And a school year isn't always the same length for everyone. In the Netherlands, kids can start school on their 4th birthday, even if their 4th birthday is the last day of school. There's always a new student in the class.
Ooh, and maybe there's always a birthday party, too. With cupcakes for the class.
Nom 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 nom.
So, that's a school year. What about a school day? Are school days always the same length?
Again, that depends on where you are. In the U.S., a school day is usually between 6 and 7 hours. Some places have shorter school days, like Mexico, where the school day goes from 7 a.m. to noon. And some places have longer school days, like Taiwan, where students can be in classes from 9:30 a.m. until 5 p.m.
I see. But everyone pretty much learns the same kinds of things, right?
Not exactly.
Ooh, we'll learn what kids learn right after this quick break and a word from our sponsors. Hey parents, Trusty here. I love making it easy for people to learn new things. Shocker, right? So when my friend told me he was about to spend almost $1,000 on language lessons to get ready for his trip to Spain, I said, hold on there. Why don't you try using the language learning app Babbel? I told him he'll save enough money to practically pay for his plane ticket. Less than a month later, he was ordering tapas and sangria like a Barcelona native and telling me, gracias, Trusty. Babbel's 10-minute lessons, designed by over 200 language experts, fit perfectly into his busy schedule. Their speech recognition technology even helped him nail that tricky Spanish R. Arr. Arr. Oof, I need to use Babbel. And so do you. It's awesome. Choose from 14 award-winning language courses, all backed by a 20-day money-back guarantee. I love Babbel so much that they've agreed to make an exclusive offer for our listeners. Get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/smarted. That's babbel.com/smarted. Rules and restrictions may apply. Start your language journey today. Hey, smarty parents, I know the struggle of wanting to create the best future for the children in your life. That's why I'm thrilled to share my experience with IXL Learning. Recently, the 8-year-old child of one of our main Who Smarted writers started struggling with math. They tried everything and felt helpless. Then I told them about our partner, IXL, and it changed everything. IXL is an online learning program that covers math, language arts, science, and social studies from pre-K to 12th grade. What sets it apart is how it adapts to each child's needs. His daughter loves the positive feedback and fun challenges. And the best part? IXL's research-backed approach has made a world of difference in her confidence and her grades. It's like having a personal tutor, but at a fraction of the cost. A month of IXL costs less than 1 hour with a tutor, even before our Smarty Family 20% discount. Don't let your child fall behind. Join the millions of families benefiting from IXL. Visit IXL.com/smarted and get 20% off your membership. That's IXL.com/smarted for 20% off. Give your child the gift of learning with IXL. Hey there, Trusty here. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform that's revolutionizing how we create our online presence. Recently, a friend of mine who does nutrition coaching was stressing out over needing to set up a website. She couldn't afford a web designer and had no idea how to code. I said, stop stressing, start Squarespacing. You should have seen her face light up when I showed her Squarespace's new Blueprint AI. It's like having a personal web designer in your pocket. Sarah chose a layout and style that she liked and boom, a stunning, unique website that perfectly captured her vibe. But the best part is that Squarespace isn't just a pretty face. Their integrated search tools are helping Sarah get discovered by clients all over the world. And the Squarespace site even makes it easy to sell courses and coaching plans right from the site. Want to bring your passion to life online? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/smarted to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Trust me, it's a game changer. Now back to Who Smarted. Oh, there's the bell. Is it lunchtime yet?
Nope, just time to switch classes.
Right. Oh, and speaking of classes, do all schools teach the exact same things?
Not exactly. While everyone needs to learn to read, write, and solve math problems, some schools also have classes that are important to their country's culture. For example, students in Armenia learn folk dancing in school because Armenia has over 1,500 folk dances.
That's amazing. What other lessons do schools around the world offer?
In parts of Canada, many lessons are taught in French and English, so students get practice with both languages. And in Australia, students learn surfing skills and water safety.
Hang 10.
Or hang 14 if you're a guinea pig with 14 toes. Several schools in Russia teach beekeeping.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Don't worry, they wear protective clothing.
Oh, in that case, sign me up. I think I'd rather learn beekeeping than algebra. But wait, who decides what classes get taught?
For some schools, the State Board of Education determines the curriculum. This is true in California. Or it could be the local school district. But there are national guidelines. For example, there's something called the Common Core State Standards for grades K to 12. These are the things students should know by the end of each grade in key areas like reading, writing, speaking and listening, language, and mathematics. Teachers use the Common Core State Standards as a broad outline to create their own curriculum, and this includes homeschools as well.
Ah, that makes sense.
Today, there's also a lot of focus on STEM education, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEAM, which is STEM plus the letter A for arts.
Oh yeah, you gotta have your arts too.
I agree. Whether it's painting, drawing, crafting, or music, arts education, along with some form of physical education, is very important for enriching young minds and bodies. Oh, and Trusty, did you know some schools even teach podcasting?
That's amazing. Maybe they can work on Who Smarted someday.
Oh, and one last thing. To make sure students are proficient in each school subject, teachers and educators use an invention from 1792 by William Parrish, a Cambridge University tutor.
Smarty pants. What did William Farish invent to help determine if students were proficient or knowledgeable of their school subjects? Was it A, tests, B, quizzes, or C, grades? The answer is...
Grades. He invented grades.
Hey, Dewey, guess what class I'd be happy to get a B in?
I don't know. Math? History?
Beekeeping. Hey there, teachers, educators, principals, and school librarians. If you want to use Who Smarted Plus as part of your classroom experience so you can play the show ad-free, you can sign up for free at whosmarted.com. Just click Educators at the top of the page to enjoy ad-free listening and bonus content. And homeschool families, we don't want you to be left out of the fun and the smarting. To get a 50% off homeschool discount, you can email us at whosmarted@whosmarted.com. Two big back-to-school shout-outs to Anya in Brookfield, Wisconsin, who loves Who Smarted because it's really funny. And Alex in Killeen, Texas, who loves listening to Who Smarted because they like learning in a fun way. Thanks so much, you two. We're so happy to have you smarting with us. Good luck this school year. This episode, Schools, was written by Sarah Schoolhouse Rock Sweetik and voiced by Kim, Did You Study? Davis, Sarah Sweetik, and Jerry Colbert. Technical direction and sound design by Josh, head of the class, Han. Our associate producer is Max C. Kamaski. The theme song is by Brian Study Hall Suarez, with lyrics written and performed by Adam Pizza Day Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This has been an Atomic Entertainment production.